Such great motivational speakers, but you're barking up the wrong tree. See, this is a debate, fact and conviction. Public speaking was in another room. I mean, why this regret when a stitch in time saves 9? And I know better safe than sorry. So just ask yourself, why are you choosing them when you can't pour from an empty cup? I mean, sure, a smooth sea never made us still sail up, but a sinking ship drowns everyone on board. And I know for a fact, the best defense is offense. For a lamp full of oil is useless without a flame. Make hay when the sun shines. Which sun is shining on them? Drake said it best. Money can't buy happiness, true, but I'm happiest when I can buy what I want. Judges, money is a guarantee for a child's well-being and prosperity. Let them continue being the proverbial ostrich. But as for you, don't be a stranger in Jerusalem. For their speech is just a cherry on top of the cake, without the actual cake. That's why you should choose team proposition. For a golden key opens every door. And at the end of the day, you don't know what you don't know.
If money didn't matter, why don't we all just survive on fresh air and good intentions? See, wealth isn't just luxury, it's leverage. If riches were irrelevant, why do 94% of Harvard students come from wealthy families? Why are kids in poverty 70% more likely to suffer from mental illness? And why are students from Alliance, Mango, and Strathmore soar like eagles, while children in informal settlements struggle to fly with broken wings? A child without financial stability is like a fish without water, gasping for survival but never truly forgiving. So today I will give you 3 rock-solid reasons why financial stability is the key to success. Now on to my first point. Broke brains don't build billionaires. They say education is key, but tell me, what good is a key if it's locked behind our school fees? A 2023 study by the National Academy of Science revealed that students from wealthy families scored 13% higher in IQ tests. Not because they won Einstein, but because the mind revised the magic formula and it schools proper nutrition and better tutors. Now let's bring it home. Picture this: a child in Karen has private tutors and coding classes. Meanwhile, a child in Kibera misses school to sell boys' mails and climbs on the street like that flickers like a toxic relationship, on and off. And yet some will still say, hard work beats poverty. Sure, and a fish will just swim faster to escape the frying pan, right? Now on to my second point. Wealth nurtures minds, poverty neglects them. A brilliant mind is not born, it's nurtured, nourished, and navigated to success. But how can a child flourish when their world is a battlefield of unpaid bills and unrelenting hunger? Science is unyielding. Children from impoverished homes are twice as likely to suffer from depression and anxiety. While one child threats over formulas, another one drowns in the despair of destitution. And a malnourished brain is a malfunctioning brain. Chronic stress isn't just a burden, it's a brain creeping beast. It erodes memory, extinguishes creativity, and it rains ambition. The antidote is money. It provides therapy, stability, and sanctuary for the mind to thrive. Without it, a child is left to wrestle with a demon with nothing but hard work. And as the great aphorism states, an empty sack cannot stand on its own, and neither can a child burdened by poverty. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, wealth rejects wisdom, poverty breeds peril, and destiny bows to the hands that hold the gold. The scales of success are tipped. Money is the master key. I was your speaker, Colette Oteri, the voice of reason from the prestigious Kijani.
Trying in a Bugatti Life 2017 edition? I cannot recall either, ladies and gentlemen. The opposition have come here today, pockets empty but full of wishful thinking, trying to convince us that financial stability isn't a guarantee for our child's future well-being and prosperity. But I urge us not to confuse strength for wisdom, strength for struggle, because no matter how determined a fish is, it will never climb the tree. But fear not, dear audience and my esteemed judges, for I have come here today armed with logic and facts and ready to serve you wisdom richer than a Nairobi landlord in the month of January. On to my first rebuttal. They said that majority of successful people grew up poor. Ah yes, the classic rags to riches fairy tale. But let's not cherry pick the the one child who made it out of poverty and forget the thousands that are still struggling in it. Ladies and gentlemen, the only reality for this debate is that for everyone with Peter Amondi Nyomo, full of thousands of dreams, crushed and buried under hardships of unemployment, due school fees, and due rent. Let's talk about the youth of today. Highly educated, full of potential, but somehow still struggling and still unemployed. According to the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, over 5 million youth are currently unemployed as we speak. And for some of them, it's not because they are not hardworking, it's not because they are not determined, it's because they lack the financial stability to create their own opportunities. Students in schools like Kijani, like our prestigious Kijani, have one-on-one tutoring. Meanwhile, in rural areas, students are struggling and sharing a single pen. Sometimes even the teacher fails to come to class. Look at Albert Einstein. He had access to quality education. He wasn't solving physics equations under a living group with no electricity. If money isn't important, why do politicians and prominent figures take their children to prestigious schools like Brookhouse, Hillcrest, and the prestigious Kijani school? Because money matters, and education, quality education, produces quality students. As I conclude, students, judges in my worthy audience, why is it that some children inherit their parents' properties while others inherit their parents' debts? Why is it that a financially stable family is able to set a perfect ground for their children to grow and nurture into successful people, but a poor family cannot do the same? If financial stability sparks success, should struggling students get stuck, or should smart soaring secure soaring stars? Juliet Moniki.
You choose 97% or 3% also lies with you because they say it takes two to tango. Now let me substantiate with semantics. Family financial stability. When a group of individual members related by blood and love are able to satisfy their needs and most importantly, their wants. It's not about basic needs, but the provision of golden privileges and opportunities. Basically, having more than enough. A guarantee, according to the Oxford 10th edition dictionary, is a strong possibility, not an absolute chance. The word for that is inevitable or imminent. A guarantee is about 90 to 95%. And with that new light, are you still opposing? Because I know that was your Trojan horse. Now, well done. This is a state of overall health, happiness, and prosperity. It's thriving, not surviving. Prosperity, a blossom flower. The state of success and wealth associated with financial stability, not living from paycheck to paycheck on a rat race and just pressed on basis. They are just pressed on basis. The American business mogul say prosperity is built on stability, not uncertainty. Fun fact, I will become a lawyer. So in pursuant to law doctrine, I will use the Constitution to fight today. Article 4, Chapter 53 tells us that quality education is mandatory without financial barriers. And that's my point. Let me ask you this. Is the grass green? Do we breathe in oxygen? Forget about scholarships. But an average child from a stable family often has access to better educational resources like schools, teachers, tutoring, books. The list is endless, but only with money. It's the bedrock of prosperity. And as the adage goes, a rising tide lifts all boats. Quality education will provide everything that you can think of. All their points revolve around this. Just dig deep enough. And Nelson Mandela saying, education is the most powerful tool that you can use to change the world. I want to see how hypocritical the rebuttal is. Now, according to the World Economic Forum, all degree owners earn above 80% of non-graduate individuals. The outcome is income. You reap what you sow. The more you learn, the more you earn. A real life quintessential is the top 10 richest people. 8 out of 10 all have a master's degree. I don't even know why we're debating when there's only one rule that works in every calamity, be it pestilence, war, or famine. The rich get richer and the poor get poorer.